Okay, Rick Remender, Paul Azaceta have done an amazing job of this issue as well. Right before, is this issue 4? Yeah,
Yeah.
issue 4. So usually a book like this, by issue 4, either it's sink or swims, right? 3 issues, you kind of think, is it going to stay good? And does it stay good? It stays
Oh yeah,
good.
we're definitely swimming.
We are swimming. So the seasons is there's 4 sisters aptly named after the season. So summer, spring, autumn, and winter. Spring, she's the youngest. She's discovered that something bad is happening. Their parents died 10 years ago. They were great detectives. One of her sisters went to investigate it. She's vanished, sent a sort of SOS message saying, look out, there's some crazy shit about to happen. The circus is coming to town. They're bad. They have turned up to town. And she's trying to convince her other sister who lives with her that they're bad, right? But her sister just isn't listening. So she's kind of left on her own, right? She's kind of left on her own to protect everybody from what's going on. And she has this little social, little conversational fish all the way through the book. And I love that, by the way. It's a nice little touch. So
Thank
we
you.
get a flashback to something that explains what's been going on in the first 3 issues, right? If you remember the first issue, there was a town,
Yeah.
and there was a mirror, and everyone was looking to mirror, and they were laughing and they were maniacal, and this circus had brought this sort of terror to this town. So this actually kind of explains the history behind the
Yeah,
mirror.
I absolutely love this sequence. I thought it was really Fables-esque. Yeah, definitely,
It
really,
really
really
was,
good.
right, mate. So yes, so there was this great warrior. I'm going to do. I want to paraphrase a lot of it. He went on this ultimate journey. He found this crypt, this crypt of Rinlildor, and he finds this beautiful, beautiful woman there. She's wrapped in silken cloth, and she says, "Listen, I tell you what. If I give you 500 perfect years of life, yeah, all right, you can have them, but you will be the happiest you've ever been. It will be perfect. But after those 500 years, you must return here and take my place." And he says, yes. So that's the back history of this mirror. And sure enough, 500 years later, he did come back, and he, without complaint, got into the sort of sarcophagus or whatever with the mirror. And now he is captured within there forever, as the story goes, right? So that was eons ago. So she finds this out. And then we jump to her sister, Summer, who is the epitome of a Hollywood diva. All right. She is so vapid. All right. She's not very nice. I mean, on the surface, she's beautiful, but underneath, she is ugly. She's not very pleasant to anybody. She's all
The
about the
typical
fame.
starlet.
A
Yeah.
typical starlet, yes. So she's come back to the hometown because she's been invited to this event. Currently, this event's been drummed up to be something that's going to be special. You'll find out how that happened in previous issues if you're jumping on board here. So she's come, of course, to sort of be at the event of the year, and this whole event is geared up just for her. So we find this weird
Yeah.
carnival here with all these strange characters there, and she makes her beautiful entrance. And some of the little villains here, you'll notice from previous issues, all right? I won't go into the story, but they're bad guys. And she's trying to stop Summer from going in there because she knows something bad will happen. And then, boom, the show. And from here, this issue. And usually I don't like this kind of stuff, but I did. I really loved it. The whole thing is done in that perfect circus rhyme. Everything rhymes. It's a
Yeah.
brilliant little story. And he takes the crowd, and specifically Summer, on this sort of
It
daydream.
it was entrancing, man.
Mm,
Oh,
e-
it was just
exactly.
yeah, I
Exactly.
couldn't look away.
No,
Yeah,
neither could I,
nuts.
and neither could the crowd. Except Summer wasn't that impressed. I know she was the one person in the crowd not impressed. But did she fall for the trick? Of course she did, because they promised
Mhm.
her all this admiration and all this beauty. They appealed to her ego. So she walks up the sort of, I don't know, I say stairs or the ramp, and as she does, her clothes whittle away, and she becomes sort of gowned in this beautiful robe that matches all the craziness of everything's going on. And this is where it gets even more trippy. And she's like, you could be yourself. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I know what's happening here. They found that vapid person that would want to spend 500 years completely in love with
Yeah,
herself,
100%.
everything being beautiful. Oh, are they going to try and trap her with the mirror? And sure enough,
100%. That's what they do. Chilling. That
I
moment, that
know.
final
I'm thinking,
panel.
does
Oh my
Spring get
god,
in there and push the mirror away, or does her sister get trapped?
she's not allowed in there till tomorrow, is she?
But
It's
she might have
tomorrow.
snuck in. Oh my
But
god,
no,
what do you think, my man?
yeah, I absolutely love this again. They're continuing the course with this. It's the beautiful daydream Ghibli esque nightmare. You know,
It is very Ghibli, very Ghibli. I said that I think in the first issue.
I think we both
It
did. Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, it's so beautiful. I love the art. I love the characters. Again, it's. I'm hypercritical, but when I do find a book I love, I'm like I just gush about it continually. And there's not been many this or last year. There's a handful, but like getting the
It's
seasons
getting
four,
better. It's getting better.
it really is getting the seasons four and Mr. Rosenberg's perfect book all in the same week was just like, oh my god,
Yeah,
comics are back. This is what Marvel need to and DC need to learn, I think, is finding creators like this that can do something different and can make a difference to the characters that they're writing. I know Rosenberg's done quite a bit for Marvel, anyway. Remender's done his bit as well. But there are other creators just like this which are emerging, which need to be given a chance because everyone's trying to rely on the old guard. And the thing about being old is that, like in anything, you know, you're not as good as you were in your youth, for the most part, and it's upsetting. But they can learn a thing or two. Okay, we're on to uh the next
okay.
book,
No, no,
if it
that's
wants to
it.
play ball. So we've had our is that all the books?
That's the 5 books,
Oh
man. That's
man,
what we read. Yeah.
I expected more. I expected more.